Welcome back, sixth graders. Once again, I am Teacher Ross. Let's work together, do our best to learn as much as we can. Let's have fun as we explore the amazing world of science. Let's do this. Science 6. This is our topic for today. Forces that affect changes on the Earth's surface. In this lesson, you will learn how earthquakes and volcanic eruptions change the Earth's surface. Also, you will understand the effects of these calamities to humans, plants, animals, and properties. All right, are you ready? Now, let's proceed. The movement of plates on the crust is often accompanied by earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Thus, we will be focusing on the forces that affect changes on the Earth's surface, as well as the effects of earthquakes and volcanic eruption. For sure, you are already aware of the earthquakes and the volcanic eruptions as we experienced this during our early years. This movement of plates are called the earthquake and the volcanic eruptions as you see on the screen. These are the effects of earthquake and volcanic eruptions. We will talk about this one by one. Now, the question is, what is an earthquake? What is an earthquake? Do you know the answer? Now I will help you define what earthquake is. Let's go. An earthquake is the shaking of the ground. Earthquakes happen when the crustal plates move. As these plates move, some parts of the Earth's crust are pushed toward each other or away from each other. Their movement causes nearby rocks to move as well. These rocks break and slide past each other. When the rocks break, waves of energy are released and sent out through the earth. Now, we have a video taken from Learning Junction. Let me show you, let me show you this sample video. Convergent is a movement where plates move close to each other. This is an example of convergent, a plate movement. Another one is divergent. This is a tectonic plate where they move away from each other. And a volcano is formed in this movement. And the third one is transform, where plates move sideways. Like an example, San Andreas Fault. All right. So these movements cause an earthquake. That's it. These waves trigger an earthquake. The motion of the ground during an earthquake is measured by an instrument called a seismograph. There are two types of earthquakes: volcanic earthquake and tectonic earthquake. A volcanic earthquake happens with a strong volcanic eruption. This is the first one, volcanic earthquake. Volcanic eruption shows massive rocks underground deformation. They deform and trigger a buildup of temperature and pressure. The high temperature and pressure results in the melting of rocks, producing magma. What you see here is a magma. The magma that flows out of the surface is called lava. So this is an example of volcanic eruption, an illustration. The second one is tectonic earthquake. This is a kind of earthquake wherein produced by sudden movement along faults and plate boundaries. Earthquake and sudden upward movement of the seafloor during faulting or crack along a plate boundary cause the water to rush up. Then huge surface like this, or surface waves are created and can reach a nearby coast. This is known as a tsunami. Look at a tsunami. This is a Japanese word for bay or harbor wave. All right, so this is an illustration of a tsunami. Wow. Let's proceed with a development time. All right. Good luck, everyone. Please prepare your activity sheets and your pen. Are you ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, ding. For the learning task 1, you have to read the following articles. I'll be giving you 2 articles only. Below each article, you have to name 3 effects of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions to the environment or ecosystem. The title of the first article is The Roaring Earth. The July 16, 1990 earthquake produced a 125-kilometer-long ground rupture that stretches from Dingalan, Aurora to Cayapan, Nueva Vizcaya as a result of strike-slip movements along the northwest segment of the Philippine Fault Zone and the Dig-Dig Fault. The earthquake epicenter was near the town of Rizal, Nueva Ecija. Damage to buildings, infrastructures, and properties amounted to at least 10 billion pesos, a part of which was caused by ground rupturing. Now, grade 6 learners, all you have to do is to name the 3 effects of earthquake from this article. All right. If you are done, now we shall proceed with the second article. The second article is about volcanic eruption. It goes like this. The first recorded accounts of Mayon's eruption were made by the Franciscan priests during the 18th century. Its most destructive explosion occurred in February 1814 when clouds of volcanic gas and waves of mud and lava destroyed the town of Cagsawa, about 16 kilometers away. More than 1,200 lives were lost. What remained was the church bell tower and a few stone roofs, visible to this day and nearly as postcard famous as volcano itself. All right, now write the 3 effects of the volcanic eruptions to environment or ecosystem. Are you done? All right, give yourself enough time to answer this. You can review or reread the article on this screen on this video, or you may use our lip or your copies of Turner's Back. Now let's proceed with our next activity. Ding, ding. Get ready for the next learning task. Learning task 2. Describe the different changes on the Earth's surface as results of earthquakes and volcanic eruption. Write down your observations from the pictures below. So you can see, as you can see, these two images, these two pictures show the effects of an earthquake. What happened to the buildings? What happened to the roads? What happened to the families? What happened to them? Now, you are going to tell me, write your answer on your activity sheet. What happens after an earthquake? You can give me 3 changes on Earth's surface. All right. Next images for learning task 2. Describe the different changes on the Earth's surface as a result of a volcanic eruption. Look at the properties at the lake or even at the sea, and of course, in the farm or in the forest. I'll be giving you a chance to answer. Please give me 3 answers for the changes on Earth's surface. Wow. I think you are already done. You are already done with this. You are ready for the engagement time. It's engagement time. Let's go. Good luck, everyone, for the engagement time. Learning task 4. Answer the following questions in relation to the information learned from the lesson. Do this on your answer sheet. The first question goes like this. Why does the Philippines experience both tectonic and volcanic earthquakes? I repeat, why does the Philippines experience both tectonic and volcanic earthquakes? Second question. How would you relate the changes of Earth's surface to the earthquake activities and volcanic eruptions? I repeat, how would you relate the changes of Earth's surface to the earthquake activities and volcanic eruptions? Third question. Is it possible for both earthquake and volcanic eruption to occur simultaneously at the same place or location? Why or why not? Again, is it possible for both the earthquake and volcanic eruption to occur simultaneously at the same place or location? Why or why not? So these are the 3 questions that I would like to ask every one of you. Now, let's proceed with the learning task 5. This one is very easy. The direction goes like this. Make a photo collage of the different changes or effects of a volcanic eruption and earthquake to people, properties, plants, and animals. On screen, there are samples of images like the plants, the water, the bodies of water, and the volcano. These are just examples. You can create, you can cut some photos or images from the magazines or from other reading materials and make a photo collage about the different changes or effects of volcanic eruption and earthquake. Be guided by this Be guided by this sample. Learning task 5. For people, plants, animals, and properties. Wow. So you can use your time after watching this video in accomplishing the previous activity. Now, for the assimilation time, here is our task for assimilation. Guys, remember that both earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, ang pagyanig ng lupa at ang pagputok ng bulkan may bring changes to earthquake's surface. This may bring different effects to people, animals, and plants. But these natural phenomena are beyond humans' control. Hindi siya kayang kontrolin ng tao. So they are natural phenomena. Wala tayong magagawa doon. All we have to do is manifest preparedness during emergencies where there are earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Let's be ready. Let's be prepared to face this kind of natural phenomenon. Is that clear? Good job. Our next learning task is make an emergency preparedness plan or guide. Prepare your plan on short bond papers. Use these emergency preparedness tips or steps in preparing your plan. Step 1, know the risks. Alamin mo kung ano yung risk. Pumili ka lang. Just choose earthquake or volcanic eruption. Just choose one, okay? Step 2, make a plan. What is your plan? Can you plan for a specific risk? Isulat nyo anong plano nyo kapag lumindol. Anong plano nyo kung pumutok ang bulkan. Second, neighborhood safety plan. What's your plan with your neighbors o kapitbahay? Third, household plan. Example, emergency exits. Saan ka lalabas? Meeting places. Where are you going to hide? Where are you going to stay? Copies of important documents or mga importanteng dokumento o papeles na kailangan ma-safe keep o maitabi natin. And then the workplace plan. So sa mga, if you are working already, what is your plan? Then step 3, get an emergency kit. So I have an illustration here, an example of an emergency kit, okay? So if you need a help of your parents or of your guardians, please do so. They may be a big help for you to accomplish this learning task 6, okay? Good luck, everyone. So we are going to present the assessment. I'll be giving you the assessment questions, and if you are ready, we shall start the assessment. Our assessment is divided into 2. The first part is you have to write true or false. The second part is you have to write check or X. All right? So the first part is write true if the statement is correct and false if not. 1, volcanic eruptions can destroy properties and kill people. 2, ashes emitted by the volcano can make the soil more fertile. And 3, when a volcano is about to erupt, the nearby places may also experience an earthquake. Number 4, the crust is the first layer of the earth where earthquakes happen. And number 5, earthquake is the shaking and trembling of the ground. All right? Take your time in answering this. And then, part 2, write a check if it is a good practice for disaster preparedness and X if not. Number 6, immediately run downstairs if you feel there is an earthquake. Ang sabi dito, pag daw lumindol, bumaba ka na daw agad sa hagdan. Is it check or X? Number 7, wear a face mask or cover your nose when there is an ash fall. Face mask. Magsuot ng face mask kung mayroong alikabok na nalalaglag sa area ninyo. And number 8, always have an emergency plan. And number 9, after an earthquake, go back to your home right away to check your house. Pag kalindol daw, umuwi ka na kagad, i-check mo daw agad yung bahay mo. Is that correct? Is that a good practice? Number 10, always have your emergency kit prepared in case of earthquake or volcanic eruptions and the like. So, lagi daw mag-ready ng emergency kit. Yung pinakita ko kanina, lagi daw dapat may naka-ready tayo. Kahit naman hindi katulad na gano'n na bag, it may be a simple bag, maliit na bag, wherein kompleto ang laman. Okay? So, these are the items for our assessment. If you are done, congratulations! All right. So, now we are in the answering time. So, I'll be giving you the guide answer. Please check your work, okay? Get your checking pen. Kids, let's go. Let's check everyone. Get your checking pen. Okay, let's proceed. Learning task 1. A, effects of the earthquake to the environment or ecosystem. These are the answers. Damage to buildings, damage to infrastructures, damage to properties amounted to at least PHP 10 billion or 10 billion pesos. This is the answer for letter A. Letter B, effects of the volcanic eruptions to environment or ecosystem. 1, more than 1,200 lives were lost. Number 2, the church bell tower remained. And number 3, a few stone roofs remained. Learning task 2. Your answers may vary. Number 1, collapse buildings. Just correct your spelling. It must be COLLAPSED, okay? Please check your spelling. It must be COLLAPSED. Collapse buildings. Number 2, damages properties. Number 3, ground shaking. Number 4, broken electric lines and circuits. And number 5, damaged infrastructures. So if your answers are the same with these answers, then check your work. Learning task 2, again, your answers may vary. After an earthquake, number 1, collapse buildings, damages properties, ground shaking, broken electric lines and circuits, and damaged infrastructures. For learning task 4, your answers may vary. 1, Philippines is situated in the Pacific Ring of Fire. That is the answer. Number 2, earthquake and volcanic eruptions have similar effects to the Earth's surface. And number 3, yes, earthquake and volcanic eruptions can cause shaking of the background. Learning task 5, have your teacher check your output. So you can draw. If there are images from your magazines, from your newspapers, you can cut them and paste them here. So you can produce or you can make a collage about the situation on people, plants, animals, and properties. Okay? For learning task 6, your answers may vary, but I have suggestions here. Example, step 1, know the risk of an earthquake. So I I choose earthquake to be an example. Step 2, make a plan. So just think of a simple plan. Example, household plan. Stay safe under the dining table or stay outside the house. As simple as that. For step 3, get an emergency kit. What should an emergency kit have? It should have a flashlight, a whistle, a dust mask depending on the emergency. You may need a mask to help protect you against contaminated air, a local map, manual can opener, battery powered or hand cracked radio, books, games, puzzles, or other activities for children, and of course, first aid kit. Okay? So you may check your work if your answers are not found here. So we are done with the step 3. Congratulations. Wow, we are now in the assessment. The answers are A, true or false. 1 to 5, true. And letter B, check or X. Number 1, X. Number 2, check. Number 3, check. Number 4, X. And number 5, check. All right. How many correct answers did you get? Come on, tell me. Tell your teacher how many correct answers. For those who got the perfect score, congratulations. Well, again, our lesson is from the Learner's Packet, Region 4A Calabarzon or LEAP. So this is Ma'am Ross saying thank you. Thank you for being so cooperative and thank you for always listening to teacher. Okay? So if you want to be updated with the video lesson in English and Science, just subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when I have a new video about our lesson, you will be notified, okay? So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay bright, and stay in love with your family. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Say I'm living in my own reality, throwing everything